Hello and welcome back to Tackling Health. This is our 6th and final session. My name is Holly and I'll be running through the last Tackling Health session with you. Okay, so hopefully you still have your sandwich that you made in the last session. So I still have mine. So if you don't have it, pause me now and go and grab it. Please make sure you have a pen and a piece of paper. We're going to start with a few questions as a warm-up. So in today's session, we are going to be making our sandwiches by following a recipe. So we're going to be using instructions as to how to make those sandwiches. So question number 1, what health and safety advice do we need to follow? So I would definitely include washing your hands in this one. That's definitely a really good place to start. Thinking also about the equipment that we'll be using. So if we're using any knives, we want a responsible adult with us. Question number 2, what else would you include that you need to do prior to starting your food? So obviously we've got our washing of hands. We'd want to tie up our hair so that it doesn't get into our food. And also we might want to roll up our sleeves so that we don't get our sleeves in the food. And lastly, what about knives? So have a little think about what we could include here. So for me, I'd be thinking about, am I using an appropriate cutting method? So for example, if I was to cut an avocado, you wouldn't have the avocado in your hand and a knife wandering around, would you? You'd want to place the avocado down on a chopping board, and again, making sure you have an adult with you using a knife, slowly cutting around the avocado and then separating them. So we wouldn't just then cut it in half and open it up in the air with a knife, try and slice it out. We would get a spoon and we'd scoop out the avocado, pop it down on the side on the chopping board, and then slice it like that. So we're trying to be safe when we're using our kitchen equipment. Next, we have an example video for you to watch.
Hi, and welcome to my instructional video for my chicken salad sandwich recipe. This quick recipe will give you the perfect chicken salad sandwich with juicy grilled chicken, crisp bread, and healthier fat-free yogurt sauce dressing that will blow your mind. Packed full of goodness, this will keep you going up until dinner. Firstly, you will need to gather all of your equipment and ingredients together. It is important that you have the correct quantities and ingredients in advance. Remember, you must always wash your hands before you start preparing and cooking food. Begin by taking 2 slices of bread from the loaf and spread the low-fat spread evenly over one side of each slice. Next, using a sharp knife, carefully chop the lettuce leaves, tomatoes, and red onions to your desired thickness. Ensuring you use a clean knife, slice your chicken breast into even strips, ready to place into your sandwich. To assemble, gently lay a bed of lettuce and tomato on top of your lightly buttered bread and give a generous spoonful of Greek yogurt before sprinkling your chopped onions on top. After that, place your sliced chicken breast evenly across the bread and you are nearly ready to serve. Subtly squeeze half a fresh lemon over the top of your open sandwich and season appropriately with salt and pepper. Lastly, using a second slice of bread, cover the sandwich and carefully cut it in half, placing it on a small serving plate. Garnish your succulent sandwich with some chopped parsley. And there you have it, your very own healthy chicken salad sandwich. Enjoy.
This is a good example of how to prepare your sandwich. So going back to the sandwich that you designed in the last session, I want you to write down the instructions of how to prepare this sandwich safely and hygienically. So for me, I definitely start with wash my hands, tie up my hair, and roll up my sleeves. When you finish that, I want you to get an adult to check your work and see whether or not they think you have done it safely, hygienically, and accurately. Remember, we want our instructions to be clear, effective, and concise. We don't want to read a whole book when trying to work out how to make the perfect sandwich. So in today's session, we have learned to name the basic equipment that you would use for cooking. For example, we know a small knife, a large knife, a chopping board, and we know that the different types of preparation for food do require an adult supervision. Things like this include chopping, peeling, slicing, mixing, scooping, grating, and maybe even spreading. We now know how to prepare our meals hygienically and know that regular hand washing, the wiping down of surfaces, keeping the working space clean is also really important. Thank you so much for joining me again, and we really hope you have enjoyed our Tackling Health sessions. Please make sure to let us know on social media if you have been taking part, and let us know what you thought of the course. See you soon, and take care.